Why is my autistic employee so rude? Why does my autistic employee ask so many questions? Why does my autistic employee argue with me? If, as a manager, these questions and more come up during almost every interaction you have with your autistic employee, your frustration may be boiling over to the point where you're thinking of firing them. After all, you've had training on neurodiversity, and you know that neurotypical, non-autistic, and autistic people are different. You're fully aware of literal thinking, flat affect, sensory sensitivities, and eye contact differences. And you've been patiently accommodating these differences for a while. So why is your autistic employee repaying you by being rude, ungrateful, and insubordinate, especially after everything you've done to give them a chance and integrate them into your team? They're not. Wait, what? Although it may be hard to believe, armed with only the information you have now, your autistic employee is not being rude, ungrateful, or insubordinate. At least, that's not their intention. That doesn't mean your feelings aren't valid. The annoyance, frustration, and hurt that stem from how your brain translates your autistic employee's words and actions make perfect sense. However, there's been a misunderstanding. While your neurodiversity training provided you with the basics, it may have overlooked one piece of information that is critical to your ability to truly understand, communicate with, and build lasting rapport with your autistic employees. And that information is this. You and your autistic employee are speaking two different neurological languages. Your autistic employee isn't trying to cause trouble, they're trying to be an asset to the team. The reason their behavior seems at such odds with their intentions is due to the gap between these two neurological languages. My new book, Before You Fire Them, a practical guide to understanding your autistic employee's traits, intentions, and communication style, is the bridge. Before You Fire Them skips over the in-depth medical descriptions of the autistic neurotype and dives straight into the social model with real-world workplace scenarios you and your autistic employee can both relate to and begin to resolve right away. Before You Fire Them begins with a quick overview of common terms used in the neurodivergent community, as well as a brief but powerful explanation of how your body's internal threat detection system keeps you feeling alienated from your autistic employees, and how you can mitigate that with curiosity and communication. Before You Fire Them goes on to provide an immediate but comprehensive look at dozens of the most common misconceptions about autistic traits that non-autistic people may find confronting. These traits include, but are not limited to, asking a multitude of questions during training, insisting on knowing the reasoning behind procedures, frequently correcting you and others, requesting needs immediately and directly without preamble, discussing secret topics openly and with everyone, not picking up slack during downtime, seeming to need help with simple tasks, turning down invitations to after-work events. Explained from the autistic perspective, each page clearly indicates where the misunderstanding begins, how to get ahead of it, and the most effective ways to improve communication while building a genuine connection based on mutual respect. Right now, your autistic employee likely has no idea that you're frustrated, hurt, and thinking of letting them go. So, before you take action, take a moment. Before you move forward, discover their true intentions. Before you fire them, read this book.